What's going on, Socialites, and welcome to episode 39, GPS Tracking, your podcast for everything you need to know about the Global Pokemon Society Draft League and all Pokemon news. Happy Pokemon Week. This weekend will be Pokemon Day, February 27th. So let me know down below what you think we could be expecting from the Pokemon Direct that day. I might be the only one, but I want some more Pokemon Unite news. I know they got the beta going on in Canada, of all places. Alright, Canadians, you got something. Good for you. But yeah, I want some more of that, and maybe we'll get Gen 4 remakes. I don't really want Gen 4 remakes, but hell, I'll take a Pokemon game. Whatever. So, on today's podcast, we're going to take a look at, we just had week 5 of the majors and week 4 of the minors, so we're going to take a look at those standings and kind of the shakeups that happened. We got a couple interviews with Anthony, head coach of the Pittsburgh Polteafgeist, and Cole, head coach of Driftveil City Dragapults. We got a hot take from yours truly, all about physical attackers, physical Pokemon, and why Game Freak and the Pokemon Company hate them, and what can we do to help our poor physical Pokemon brothers. And we got the top 5 plays of the week to round it all out, so stay tuned for that. But let's take a look at the Society in review. Alright, Socialites, let's take a look at the majors following week 5. We got your Boston Braviaries sitting at 5-0. Love to see that. The lone undefeated team. Let me know down below. You'll find a little survey there. You might be able to check it out. Who do you think will beat the Boston Braviaries? Let us know, and maybe we'll run that back later this week with the results. Then we got a few 4-1 teams. Denver, 4-1, keeping second place. Miami moving up strong, 4-1, only behind by 1 differential point behind Denver. Charm City staying up there as well. They've had a great season. Then we go down to the 3-2 teams. Pittsburgh lost pretty big to Tokyo. They fall down to 3-2. The Psyducks also lost this week, so they fell down to 3-2, but they're still in a good spot, still in 6th place. LA picks up another win, moving up to 3-2. El Paso, they get basically not swept, but pretty dang close against Miami, so they fall down a lot. Still 3-2, still in a good spot, but they lost a lot of differential points there. Going down to our 2-2 teams, we have Reno and Driftveil, both at 2-3. Reno ahead by games 1. So these teams are still in the running for playoffs. Top 10 is the cutoff to get into playoffs. Paris and Vero also both 2-3, so they're in sniffing distance. They just need a win and a loss from the other teams. A few 1-4 teams, all with the same differential points. Interesting. We got Minnesota and Tokyo in a virtual tie. Minnesota edging out because they beat Tokyo earlier for their lone win. And Tuscaloosa in 15th place due to games 1 tiebreaker. And that leaves Sin City as the lone winless team, 0-5. And they got a tough one. They're going up against your Boston Braviaries this week. So will the winless defeat the lossless? We'll have to see. Root for them in the poll down below. But definitely, seeing some very strong teams at the top. We'll have to see how these 3-2 teams kind of shake out over the next couple weeks. We have a lot of interesting games coming up next week. Let's take a quick look at that. Like I said, we got Boston taking on Sin City. Charm City and Reno, I think that'll be a really good game. Will El Paso, they're looking for a bounce back. It's going to be tough against Denver. Driftveil and Tokyo, I think that could be a good game. LA and Miami, I think Miami's got that one, but we'll see. LA did do a couple free agent pickup recently. Psyducks and Tuscaloosa. Will Tuscaloosa be able to turn around against the Psyducks? both of these are kind of the surprise teams of the season. Psyducks in the positive note, Tuscaloosa now with 4 straight losses. Minnesota and Paris, both of these teams need wins, so that'll be a really good game. And then we got Vero and Pittsburgh. I think that'll be a good one as well. I know Pittsburgh will be looking to exploit against those electric types. Let's take a look now over at the minor leagues. We see the Slow Kings as the lone undefeated team, really running away with the minor leagues. We should be seeing Brian, aka Dre Guy, move up to the majors next season for sure. I don't see why not unless he loses in the playoffs somehow. Florida, Worcester, Diamond Desert Dwellers, Australia, and Slateport, all 2-2. All of them, they got their game wins and differentials all over the place. And Gardner and Daytona both 1-3. So the only one with a positive record is the Slow Kings. So we'll have to see how these 2-2 shake up. Remember, top 4 makes the playoffs. The winner of the playoffs automatically moves up to majors. And the other 3, they still get a shot, but they're going to have to work for that. So that's our look at the GPS this week. Let me know what you guys think. What teams do you have trending? What teams do you think can make a late season push, especially in the majors? And who's going to beat Boston? Let me know. Hello, Socialites. We're joined by Anthony, head coach, the Pittsburgh Polteafgeist, one of the new teams this season, and actually one of the rising stars. I gotta say, props to you, Anthony.
Hey, I'll take it. Thanks.
So, do you want to start with the good or the bad, Anthony?
Wherever you want. I'll talk about my shame if I need to.
We'll do a little sandwich. We'll go good, bad, good.
Fine.
I think
works
we
for
have
me.
2 positive questions for you and 1 what the hell happened. But anyway. So, Anthony, we had you on a podcast a few weeks ago, and we talked about, starting the league. I think the league was only like 2 weeks in at that point. So now we're over the halfway point, week 5. Just give me your general feedback on the league, how you feel about the competition, how the league's set up with, now we have free agency going on, which we didn't have when you first started trades. Just give me like a general rundown as a new participant in the league for those kind of watching. How's it feel to be part of this draft league?
Honestly, I'm very happy to have been invited to this league. I think it's really well put together. I think the combatants are tough. I definitely would say, had a lot of nail-biting games in this league. Some of the teams when I was looking at them, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be a pushover in the beginning, but I really don't feel like I've had many pushover matches. A lot of them have been pretty tough and pretty nail-biting. So some very good competition. I think I said on the first time I was on the podcast, like singles was usually my Pokemon forte. Started with doubles a little bit more this year, so I definitely feel like I'm getting more of a hang to that. But definitely from some very good competition. I think, it's fun, obviously. And I definitely like the free agent aspect. I have taken very good use of that. I mean, Duraludon I picked up pretty early on and has been one of the MVPs of my team is G-Max Duraludon. So, definitely have been taking advantage of that to shore up some weaknesses.
Yeah, for sure. I echo your sentiments about Duraludon. I picked up regular Duraludon the same picked up G-Max because I was looking at my team and I was like, oh, dang, no one picked either Duraludon. I'm gonna have to grab one. So
I noticed that. I noticed one of that both Duraludons went like right away, like you and me.
Yeah, especially it can do some things that other Pokemon just can't do. Thanks to its ability and its pretty unique typing as well.
Yeah, Steel Special Attacker is very nice.
Yeah, a strong Steel Special Attacker team. That's just like, oh, you gotta run Bronzong short as shit. But yeah, so we're happy to have you as part of the league, Anthony. You've been doing awesome. Going into this week, you were 3-1.
Was
one of the best teams, and you
you talked about, oh, son, there's not a lot of pushover games that you had, and you went up against the 0-4 Tokyo Tokikas, and I'm just gonna let you kind of break it down a little bit because unfortunately this did not get recorded. So tell
Yeah.
me, in your own words, what happened in this battle.
Sure. So match one. So first, to sum up all three matches, Melmetal is a hell of a Pokemon. Would pretty much sum up
They
every
just
single
picked
one
up
of them.
Melmetal last week on free agency, and when I saw them do that, I was like, that is a pickup that they needed because they were 0-3 at that point, and that was a pickup that they needed. And you can thank me, Anthony, because they did not have a regular Melmetal last week. They only had the next one that you guys a gift. So I told them like, hey, I'll give you a Melmetal. So I gave them a regular Melmetal. So I apologize for that.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Great job. No, yeah. So Melmetal was definitely the MVP for them the entire course. We did do 3 games. So game one, I think obviously they've seen kind of my strategy, usually hinging on my boy Whimsicott. So they led the same lead every game actually. So Mimikyu, Melmetal. I've watched matches they've put up on your channel, so I knew they were going to try to do Trick Room with the Mimikyu. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to taunt him. He had the herb to get rid of my taunt, so I was like, what? I was like, all right, here we go. So game one was a bit of a slaughter show, honestly. Melmetal also having the double attacking. I forget the name of the new attack he has.
Double Iron Bash.
Double Iron Bash. Took out Whimsicott one shot because it had Focus Sash, but he's just like, whatever, get the fuck out of here. So I was like, okay. So game one was a slaughterhouse. Melmetal just tore through my team. So game two, I did prepare for that. I was like, I want to have in the back of my head if, someone has, if she does bring the herb, Mimikyu, that I will have another lead that's not Whimsicott. So game two, I brought Klefki. So she starts the same. I started Duraludon, I believe, every one of my games, because dude's MVP. So that game I was able to set up screens, which did a lot of work. The big difference, unfortunately it wasn't recorded like you said that. So game one, Corviknight, I brought Corviknight all 3 games, and Corviknight got one-shotted by the Melmetal game one because Max Thunder. Game two, though, because I had the Reflect up, the Corviknight was actually able to live after it had come in. So I got both my screens up, was able to Duraludon, took out the Mimikyu. Melmetal's still doing work. It was actually, I honestly thought I was going to get slaughtered game two as well, but Corviknight surviving the Max Thunder was huge. Was able to start building up some bulk ups. Duraludon took out Dusknoir, Mimikyu, and I think they also took out Hydreigon, or either my Urshifu or something like that. But
double check, but yeah.
Either way, it came down to just Melmetal after finishing its Dynamaxing and Corviknight, and it was literally just a stall battle to end all stall battles of me just bulking up, roosting every so often, praying for no crit, waiting out my reflect turns, building up enough bulk ups to survive Thunder Punch after Thunder, praying for no paralysis, praying for no any hacks. So didn't get hacks on either end, so eventually I got up 4 bulk ups and with roosts and just killed the Melmetal finally. So yeah, that was a crazy game, but didn't think I would get it, but did. Game 3, as I was bitching about this before the interview, but I do think it came down very much to a crit. So game 3, I decided to go for a very aggressive lead. I started Urshifu, Duraludon, just to try to take out the Mimikyu before it could get up the Trick Room to really hurt the Melmetal's potential. So was able to take out the Mimikyu before it gets off the Trick Room. Unfortunately, the Melmetal Dynamaxed on first turn and critted my Duraludon, which really killed its survivability. It died pretty much the next turn to Hydreigon that got brought out. And Urshifu got knocked out as well. So I was really just like, I don't think I have anything left. And then because I didn't have screens up, Corviknight got one shot again. And, you know, I brought Gardevoir as the last one just to kind of like have another strong attacker, and just got
just trying to be all out.
2-on-1, and I couldn't do anything. So, yeah, I do think the crit was very much mattered and very much did decide that battle, but that's Pokemon. You can't get too upset about it.
Unfortunately, that, like you said, that's Pokemon when it comes to crits. You can put up all the light screens and do all the iron defenses, and then up that was it like 6.5% or whatever it is, up that comes and gets you.
Yeah, so like I said, I do think it really mattered in the end, but you know, I'm glad she got her first win. I'm happy. You know, if I could help someone in the league.
So look, Anthony's just handing out wins. Everybody, go sign.
Yeah, that's what the story I'm sticking to now is. Yeah, I did that. You know, generosity. It was a generosity.
I'm sure you'll rattle off your last three pretty convincingly. Sometimes it takes that. You know, not to brag, because I didn't win last season, but I was undefeated in the regular season last season. And sometimes I feel like you need that one loss so that you can really kind of like see what your team's about, right?
Well, I have 2 losses, so
you have 2,
maybe it's doubly as good.
You can learn more from a loss than you can from a win in a lot of aspects.
Guess it's just that good.
Yeah. So with that, though, Anthony, you kind of brought up a couple of good points, though. You talked about Whimsicott, who's been a really key player in your games. You brought up dual screens, and you spoke about how you were more of a singles player, so you're kind of learning the whole like doubles meta and strategies. So as somebody who's kind of learning that or just starting with it, do you have any tips or like key pointers for people who are also getting to doubles, or you know, what have you learned about doubles, and what do you think are like some of the key aspects for team building?
I mean, what I've found through like kind of this year of battling is, you know, having a prankster tailwind setter is very nice. Whimsicott has been that nice, yes. Whimsicott has, you know, I've been in like some monotype tournaments where I've done fairy, and Whimsicott pretty much like got me all of my wins just by having prankster tailwind. That's why I knew I wanted him coming into this season as well. So speed control is very important. Definitely huge. Have an answer for trick room. Definitely don't be like me and really be screwed if someone's going to set up a trick room. That's been one of my probably biggest things I've needed to work on and adjust to, is like, I was like, oh, I have a plan for this, I'll taunt it, and then just like, oh, people know that's coming, Anthony, like, you know this. Yeah, screens are not as good, I know that, compared to singles, but you know, they still are useful, clearly. I mean, it definitely won me the match.
Yeah.
If
you're getting double attacked into, I mean, obviously they're not as good, but they still do cut that damage down by half. So
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, those are like the big takeaways I would say I have. You know, definitely different items and different things, you know, different moves that are way different in you know, protect is garbage in singles, but obviously super necessary in doubles. And you know, the choice items are usually not super, like, there's some good choice users, but for the most part,
choice scarf on certain Pokemon in doubles, just because if you're not going to Dynamax it right, it's good to kind of have that surprise speed factor. I've been using my Duraludon. The first week I used it as a Dynamax Pokemon, but since then I've been using it as a choice scarfer, just to kind of get big damage out quick. That's been more of a matchup thing.
Yeah, but I just remember from my single days, you always had like, maybe if not like just at least one Scarfer on your team, if not like a Banded or a Specs one, because you just switch out so more. There's so much more switching in singles compared to doubles. I mean, I can't even tell. I probably switched like 2 or 3 times total in all of my matches.
You can count how many times you switched on like one hand in a doubles battle, and in a doubles battle V6, you need to start using your toes. So.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, so that's like, because switching is like so brutal in doubles, just because, you know, if they both targeted that Pokemon, like it's dead on coming in. It's dead. Most likely dead coming in unless you dodge some attacks or you switch strategically, which has worked in my favor so far in this league. But it's a lot. There's a lot more strategy to switching in this compared to singles, where it's like almost constantly merry-go-round of Pokemon.
Yeah, in singles you can play around typing a lot more. Since you're only taking one attack at a time. But
yeah, exactly. So I mean, those are the big observations I have. Just speed's very important. Like speed control is definitely very important, but Trick Room is super brutal.
Yeah, if your opponent's going for Tailwind, probably setting up Trick Room is a good counter to that.
Yeah.
So in my match also, I didn't end up using it, but I did think about it. I did bring a Trick Room user because I was going up against a team that also likes to spam their Tailwinds. While we have you on here, though, Anthony, before I let you go, let's take a quick look at your schedule coming up here.
Sounds good.
So you just finished this game currently, so you got 3 weeks left. You're going up against Vero, El Paso, and the Mighty Side Up. So Vero, you might have some games you can watch. Unfortunately, we haven't gone to get El Paso on camera yet. I've been really actually he recorded that himself, so we might actually have that footage. I think I did share it in the Discord, but if not, I'll be sure to share it.
Appreciate it
for everybody to watch. Yeah, because he streamed it on Twitch, so I'm pretty sure it's recorded. And then you got the Mighty Psyducks, who are kind of a Cinderella story.
Yeah, they're doing well this season. I was told they're trash, and they're doing pretty damn well.
And here they are, 3-1. We'll see what they do with their game this week. But how do you feel? So currently sitting at 3-2, still with a very healthy differential. So how do you feel with these last few games going into the playoffs?
I mean, I'm hoping to keep it going strong. I've got plans for different kind of strategies. So, I know I seem like a one-trick pony with Tailwind, but I definitely have got some strategies under my sleeve.
Tailwind's a pretty good trick.
Hey, if you've got a good trick,
like
you stick with it.
It's one of those tricks where you tell your opponent, "Hey, can you stop this? Because if you can't,
you done."
It's done. Yeah. So you better have a Trick Room user that I can't just OHKO, aka Mimikyu. Or
exactly.
You better have something that can match speed with me. Whether it be like a weather speed team or their own Tailwind sort of.
The weather doesn't always work against me because that happened in my game against the
I do
had a plan for that. I did plan for the rain.
The sunny day. What was it? Yeah,
it was the 4 no attack Whimsicott sunny day, just to be like like we ain't playing the weather game.
There you go. Well, I'll be prepared if you bring that against me in the playoffs. So.
We'll see.
But anything else you wanted to add this week, Anthony?
No, just root for the Polteafgeist. We're the rookie team. We're trying to make our name.
Yeah. And I've been really impressed with the new team. I know, like I said, we haven't gotten to see a lot of El Paso. Tokyo just got their first win. I feel like their team building is good. I did do some critiques on their overall strategy, but I mean they beat you, so I mean
they sure did.
But I feel like you and Miami, the other two good teams, you guys have both been doing very well. So I've been happy with the several new teams who joined this season. Definitely adding some good competition to the society, and that's what we want, because we want you, the viewers, to get good competition on here. So.
Exactly. It's all for the fans.
That's right. So,
only for the fans, not that type though.
Yeah. I will link Anthony's OnlyFans down below for those who want to subscribe. But with that, thanks again, Anthony. Make sure you guys give a go Polteafgeist down in the comments, and we'll see you again real soon, Anthony.
Thanks for having me, Ryan. Take care.
Thank you.
Welcome to this hot take, Socialites. Today we're talking about physical attacks and why Game Freak and the Pokemon Company hate physical attacks and physical attacking Pokemon. let's get right to the facts here. First off, take a look at these physical moves. First off, other than Explosion, which is the outlier, which is the strongest move in the game, base 250, you are not going to get a stronger physical attack. And that's going to cost you your life, by the way, to do that Explosion. Every other attack over base 120 power, 40%. That's all you get from physical attacks. 60% of those stronger moves are going to be special. Oh, and by the way, those physical attacks, you're going to either pay with a charge time move. So you're either giving up a turn of charging, like with Sky Attack, with Skull Bash, these trash moves, or you're going to take massive recoil damage, like with a Flare Blitz, with a Head Smash. No. They're bad, they're trash, and there aren't enough of them. Next, we gotta talk about certain Pokemon like Nidoking and Nidoqueen who are being held back. Their stronger stats are in their attack, but Sheer Force, their great ability, only works with moves that have secondary effects. Guess what physical attacks typically don't get? Secondary effects. Only special attacks get those, and you are being held back as a Pokemon with certain abilities because of that. And speaking of abilities, take a look at this. Take a look at this trash that Game Freak gives us as physical attackers. You want to be a physical attacker? You want to make contact against certain Pokemon? You gotta run up against abilities like Flame Body, Static, Poison Point, Poison Touch, Effect Spore. All these are going to give you statuses if you are a physical attacker and you hit them. Gooey, Tangling Hair, lowering your speed. Rough Skin, Iron Barbs, dealing damage. Cute Charm, you might fall in love. What the hell? Aftermath, gonna do more damage to you. Mummy, Wandering Spirit, removing your abilities. Perish Body, gonna make you die. Pickpocket, taking your item. And then, speaking of items, other items like Rocky Helmet, doing more damage to you, compounding these effects. Name me one ability, anyone that affects special attacks and special attackers in that way. I'll wait. Put it in the comments. Call me an idiot. Call me stupid. Name one that if I use a special attack on that Pokemon, I might have something negative against me. No, you can't. Didn't think so. And let's not even, I wasn't even gonna say it, but we got to. The Big Daddy Intimidate. Every generation they do something to nerf this ability. But guess what? It's still great and it's awesome. You know why? Because it cuts down your physical attack by a whole third when that Pokemon enters play. Is there a special counterpart to that? No. When did Intimidate come out? Gen 3? We've had now 6 generations, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they haven't come out with a special version of that. No. Physical attackers suck. Special attackers, overpowered. Game Freak. Let me know down in the comments, what would you do to make physical attackers better or make special attackers worse? Let me know, because this has got me fired up.
What's going on, Socialites? I'm joined with Cole, head coach of Driftveil City Dragapults. How's it going, Cole?
Good, Ryan.
Good. So, Cole, we had our battle last week in week 4.
Yeah, we did.
Unfortunately, I had to send you down to the 1 in 3, pit of hell that you have to claw yourself out of now. But you're turning it around. So why don't you tell me about this key win that you needed this week?
Yeah, well, it was against Sin City, who, unfortunately for him, is still winless. So, yeah. I decided to go for... no, it's supposed to be the world's smallest violin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I decided to try out a speed lead-off with Naganadel and Dracovish, and it really kind of worked, considering those are the only 2 Pokemon I used throughout the entire battle. And the only damage I took was from his Sceptile, not counting recoil damage from Life Orb.
Wow.
Yeah. literally nothing got to attack.
Yeah, for those who want to check out that Slaughterfest, we'll have that video linked down below. But yeah, basically a clean a sweep as you can get from Driftveil, and a much needed one. As we said, you're clawing yourself out of that 1-3 hole. Your differential now with that is pretty decent. Do you think you can squeak in with 4-4 to the playoffs, or do you feel like you kind of need to win out to get to that 5-3 to feel comfortable?
So like with Tokyo, I think I have a pretty good shot. Ali, I am worried because he's going to be on the warpath against me.
Yeah.
Because of everything that has been mentioned.
You have awakened a beast that no one knew was there.
Right? And then, I mean, Juan, I've been kind of wary of the entire season because he's pretty good.
He's got a top team.
He really does. He's really good. So he's one of the one. So like I said, Tokyo, not too worried. Ali, mid worried, and then Miami, kind of worried. Yeah,
I hear what you're saying. It's kind of ramping up each stage. It's like, okay, this is like a 3 out of 10. This is like a 5 out of 10. This is like a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Yep. And I know top 12 teams make playoffs, so as long as I stay.
It's
what?
Top 10.
Oh, it's top 10. Oh yeah, I forgot.
10, yeah.
Okay.
And the top 6 get a bye.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So I definitely need to win. I think at least 2, if not all my last 3.
Yeah, I definitely. Last season there was one 4-4 team that squeaked in at the 10 seed. So if we look right now, you do have a positive differential.
Yeah.
Looking at you right now, you are at a +1, so positive differential is good. That's gonna get you a lot of tiebreakers against, especially some of the teams that got forfeit wins. When we're talking about like El Paso or LA, because they didn't get any differential from those wins.
Yeah.
Match wins. So that could be key if you're tied up against one of those teams. But right now,
but I'm not.
Yeah. Right now you're not tied up with them, but we still got some games to be played this weekend.
Yeah.
Right now you are sitting at 10th place. So if we ended today, you would be in the playoffs. So I mean,
yeah.
You just got to kind of, I mean, I guess if you just keep winning, right? That's all you
exactly.
control.
I mean, considering last season I was in 5th or 6th place, so I got a bye.
Yep. Yeah. So
and then now this season I'm worried if I make it.
So you had a big free agent transaction this week, Cole. You didn't really use her in the I call her a her, but I don't think she technically has a gender. So
But that's fair.
Yeah. But you dropped your boy Funky Kong, the T-Max Rillaboom for Magirna. So I'm not questioning the move because I think Magirna is busted.
Oh, absolutely.
But
her problem is she needs to be able to set up, and nothing on my team, unless I do a free agent swap next week, can learn baton pass, which would also help her because she's not that fast.
Yeah, that's her big weak point. She
needs to be able to set up, but yeah, she's not fast enough to be able to do it. I mean, she's nice and bulky.
Yeah, good
but if you're facing something, like a leadoff that's got double fire moves, you're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, ground and fire are kind of what you gotta watch out with her. So, yeah, but I mean, I guess you're kind of talking about it already, but tell me, for one, what made you want to drop your boy, your captain from last season, and what were the key selling points for picking up Magirna here? Because a lot of people don't get to use Magirna in traditional doubles since it is a mythical Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, I'm like, you know what? And he hasn't really done much for me. And the funny thing was, the impetus for that was Anthony dropping Polteafgeist. Because he had said that, Polteafgeist wasn't really doing much. And I'm like, I was thinking, I was looking at Rillaboom, and I'm like, you know what? He's a lot better in singles. because then he's only getting attacked by one Pokemon and not two. But yeah, so, and then Magearna, I mean, she's got really nice typing. She only has, like you said, 2 weaknesses. I think I counted up, she has like 8 or 9 resistances, one of them being 4 times to bug.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gets damaged normally by, I think it was like 7 types. And she's immune to poison.
Yeah,
So that takes out the poison, the fairy type's weakness to poison. So that was nice.
Yeah, that is huge. And then, like you said, you get resistance. The Steel Fairy is just a great type.
Defensive typing, yeah.
And offensively, because Fairy isn't resisted by too much other than Steels and Fire types, really.
Yep.
But you're not worried about poison because you're immune to them with that typing. But yeah, and has a busted ability, especially for doubles.
Oh yeah, because when any Pokemon faints, its special attack gets raised by 1.
Yeah. Yeah, so imagine Spectrier, but it doesn't matter if your teammate faints, your opponent faints, you don't have to be the one knocking out. It's just like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I was doing
I'm on the field, the stronger I get.
Yeah, I was doing the battle tower the other day, and I got up to, I think it was, because I had used shift gear, another status move. I'm not trying to, reveal all her moves, and then she was up to like 7 different, like all of her stats were raised by even like 1 or 2, and so she was pretty powerful then.
Yeah,
because I can't do ranked with her because she's a mythical.
Yeah. They did do that one tournament like a while ago where they did let you use mythical Pokemon.
Yeah.
But they haven't done another one like that, which I think Magearna actually won that tournament. It was the mythical Pokemon on the winning team. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Magearna was the winning Pokemon.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't do pay attention to those tournaments too much.
Yeah, me neither. I always see them come up, like they got one coming up next week. And I'll like, oh yeah, maybe I'll try that, and then I'll sign up for it. But I don't know. I just don't want to spend my whole Saturday or Sunday like grinding. But maybe that's me. But yeah. So, how do you feel though with the league as a whole so far this season? 5 weeks in. The playoff picture is settling in. You're still fighting for your spot, of course. But is okay. How about this? Is it upsetting that I'm undefeated in the regular season once again?
Upsetting, no. Annoying, yes.
What? So can I take? Let's say hypothetical. I go 8-0 this regular season. But I lose again in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Be realistic here. I lose again. Can I hang my hat and be like, hey, because I don't even remember how many wins I had towards the end of season 2. But through season 3 and 4, I'm 16-0 during regular season round robin play. Can I hang my hat on that? Will you allow that, Cole?
I guess so.
I think it's fair, but
yeah,
it's all about the championship. Which, by the way, we'll be showing this later in the podcast. But did you see the prizes that Oliver Montreal My Lois got?
I had seen that he was holding like something, but I didn't look to see. I wasn't really paying attention to what exactly he got.
Yeah, let's try to bring that up here now. Right? This might be a good point to show it off.
I'm looking to Katie to be the one that gives you your loss.
We'll see. It's going to be a weather war, and unfortunately, I think rain can outdeal sand.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for sand to pivot around when there's getting constantly hit by water attacks.
That is a cool poster.
Yeah. So that's Oliver, for those who know and love him. And we had a special art commission. For those who don't remember, this is Oliver when he got his shiny Skarmory for his MVP. That was the pose he did, so that's what I did on the poster with his winning team. And you see he's got a little trophy there as well. And for those who want a bigger look at what the commissioned art was, I will put a link down to the artist that we used in the description. But yeah, Oliver got an awesome poster. You can't tell based from his face, but he was excited to get it. He wasn't excited to take a picture. I kind of told him that last minute when I dropped it off, like, hey, I need a picture. And he was like, I wasn't prepared for that. I'm like, you thought I wasn't going to take a picture? Like, come on, guys. We advertising here. But yes, congrats to Oliver, season 3 winner. Hopefully he'll come back and defend his title.
Unfortunately, that win was anticlimactic because it was kind of by forfeit, just because they couldn't recreate the whole match. Yeah,
that's true, because I did go to a time in the third game. I mean, he wasn't pretty commanding position, but it's Pokemon. Anything can happen, right?
Considering Tokyo, one of the winless teams, beat like the fourth ranked team in the league.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything could happen.
Anything can happen, and that is why. Well, maybe it's not why we love this game, but it's part of the game that we love.
Right.
Cole, anything you wanted to add to our lovely viewers this week?
Not really. Just the hopes that the winless team gives you a loss. That would be great.
Yeah, there you go. So, guys, comment down below. Root for Sin City to beat your boy here, and root for Cole to rattle off. I think he needs at least a couple more wins with some good differential to secure that playoff spot. So cheer him on the next couple weeks, and Cole will be wishing you the best through the rest of the season.
Thanks. And go easy on the Squirtle squad.
Cobra Kai, no mercy.
Oh.
Hello, Socialites, and welcome to Top 5 Plays of the Week. All the best plays from around the society. Let's get into number 5. This one is a little bit of a meme that we have with Chrisellaneous and the Diamond Desert Dwellers. Here we see Chris getting ready for his battle with Togekiss holding a Pixie Plate but having no fairy moves, and Halsey the Gothitelle holding a Resist Feather, and Rillaboom just holding nothing. So that is the number 5 play of the week. Number 4 play of the week, we have a great play from the Boston and Minnesota game. Minnesota gets up a Reflect. Will it be enough for Terrakion to survive a max airstream? Well, just in case he goes for a taunt here. No, he gets up Reflect. That might screw over our airstream. Oh no, we get it. Okay, it was a crit, so maybe not. We'll take that. Let's see if the sand takes out a Grimmsnarl here. Because number 3 play, we got an awesome play from the Denver-Reno game. Denver able to switch out around Trick Room and pick up the match win. Number 2 play of the week, we go to Miami, taking on the El Paso Electros, where they get a key double flinch and their Hatterene survives in the red.
Option, but I want to keep the Fiery Wrath for later. I would rather have Moltres not Dynamaxed in this specific game, just because I want Fiery Wrath to split as much as possible. They should do decent damage. I don't know if it's gonna kill or not. Yeah, it does decent damage. If we would have doubled, they would have killed. But I want to get the flinch on Torracat. I'm hoping that I'm faster than Torracat. Okay, good. Okay, it flinched. Good. Hydro Snipe. I don't think that's gonna do that much, right? Is it gonna do that much? Is it kill? No, it doesn't kill. Cool. He got a crit. Okay, so that's his ability, right? It boosts the critical chances. There's no priority moves now, right? No, that's Psychic Terrain, right? The one that stops priority. That's fine. I mean, we're gonna kill this regardless. We need a double flinch. Double flinch is gonna be really good for us. Double flinch is gonna be freaking amazing. Double flinch would be freaking amazing. Ooh, let's go RNG! RNG! Alright, so we're guaranteed the KO on the kitty.
And the numero uno play of the week, Minnesota brings some strategy to their game against Boston, but your Boston Braviaries know how to adapt. That's what he starts, so he might try to go Light Screen Tailwind. Here and just Starfalls. Okay, he doesn't that nice. And just Starfalls right into us. Let's see. Oh, Fake Out. Oh, dang. That really sucks for us. Wow. That really sucks for us. Killed our Mantan here then. I don't even think if he gets a light screen up that should matter. What we can do though, okay, I got a minute to calc this real quick. What we can do though is just max Airstream Helping Hand. Will work. Yeah. This should KO even through the light screen, I'm pretty sure. Oh. Actually, it won't. Well, let's see. He might Fake Out again. And I don't think there's anything he can really do to punish us for this move. I just want speed on our side. Okay, see, yeah, so he goes for the Fake Out, so we're not even having the light screen come up, at least not here. It'll probably come up next turn, so we saw what he was doing and now we've kind of